Hello students, from today onwards we are going to start with the worksheet as revision because already we have completed our PA portion. We were having 6 chapters, that was 2 from history, 2 from geography and 2 from civics, that we have already covered. So here we are going to start with first chapter. Your first chapter from history is tracing changes through 1,000 years. So a quick recap of the chapter before going through the worksheet question answers. So here we have learned about the cartographer. A cartographer is a person who prepares a map. So Al-Idrisi was a person, an Arab geographer who has prepared a map of India in 1154. Later on, one more map was being prepared by a French cartographer in 1720. So it was completely different from the Al-Idrisi, the map. Now one needs to be sensitive to different historical backgrounds while reading documents, maps and text of the past, that we have learned. They should be sensitive on what backgrounds or on what grounds the Al-Idrisi has made the map and on what grounds the French cartographer has made the map. That was completely different time and different grounds they has made. So we cannot put any one person wrong that the Al-Idrisi's map is wrong, as it was differently made by the French cartographer. So because he was belonging from this time 1154, and after many years the French cartographer has made the map, prepared the map in the 1720s. So the time and the place, rulers, peoples may have changed, and region also may have changed because the regions also keep on changing. So there are several backgrounds or grounds on what basis this cartographer used to make the map. So we cannot judge anybody over here as wrong. So it is very sensitive, and our historian has to look after every minor thing or minute thing on which they have prepared the map. Now secondly, new and old terminologies. So it depends on 3 factors over here. That is, the meaning of a word constantly changed. The meaning of the word was different in the past, and the same word was used differently in the coming years or as the time changed. And as well as the historical records were also found in different languages because the languages also were developing and new languages were emerging. Here the words, some examples, as I said, that the word meaning constantly change by the different peoples and in different regions, as Hindustan by Minhaj I Siraj meant to the area which was Punjab, Haryana and land between Ganga and Yamuna. So only this portion was considered as Hindustan. Babar used to term Hindustan to describe the geography, fauna and the culture of the inhabitant of the subcontinent. So they were not considering the whole India. Right now what we recognize, that was not considered as the whole India. Only the portion of the India was considered as Hindustan. The term foreigner, which now used to mean someone from another nation, the person who is coming from the out country or abroad. So this term foreigner is used like this. We understood the meaning like that only now, but in the past time this foreigner word was used as in different meaning. A stranger was considered as foreigner, and who does not belong to that particular village, so that is considered as foreigner. Pardeshi was used such as person in Hindi and Ajnabi in Persian. So foreigner in Hindi they call them as a Pardeshi, and in Persian language they call foreigner as Ajnabi. Historian and their sources. So to read history or to know about the history, we need the sources. So what are the sources that we look upon? and our historian look upon are coins, inscription, architectures, and textual records. So these are the common sources which are used by the historian to study the past. Now, variety of textual records are also available that also include holy texts, chroniclers of rulers, letters and teaching of the saints, petitions and judicial records, registers of accounts, taxes, etc. So these are all the other written sources which are available to know about our past. Now these were called as manuscripts because it was written by hand and were collected by the wealthy people, rulers, etc. and kept in the libraries and archives. Now these manuscripts were handwritten and reproduced by the scribes. So these are copied by the scribes, the person which were known as scribes. They used to copy the manuscripts because at that time we were not having any printing press. So manually it was being copied by scribes. The scribes made some changes which continued to long and copied text become different from the original one. So whatever the scribes were writing, because they were copying it, so many of them could not understand the handwriting of others. So whatever they understood by themselves, so they change a word here, a sentence there. So we were having trouble, mainly the historians were having trouble to find out the original manuscript which was being firstly written. So historians therefore have to read the different version of the same text to arrive at a conclusion. So there were many copies written by the scribes, so they have to read all of them and they have to find the oldest one which was being written and to reach up to the conclusion of any story or knowing about our past. Some authors like Ziauddin Barani revised their text themselves. So they used to revise their text themselves. New social and political groups that also emerged during this time. So mainly the period between 700 to 1715 witnessed a variety of development. So many innovation took place, mobility and economical, social, cultural, political consensus among them, the rulers and their people. So this period faced many changes. Now one more innovation that was took place during this time was Persian wheel for irrigation, spinning wheel for weaving, firearms for the combat. New food and beverages were also came with the people who started settling down in India. Potatoes, corn, teas, coffees. So these were also brought by them, and ideas also that the belief, what they think. So the many thing was being brought by the people who started settling down in India. So one group of people like Rajputs who claimed to be a Kshatriyas and other groups such as Marathas, Sikh, the Jats, Ahoms and Kayasthas developed their political importance over the Indian subcontinent. So slowly and steadily they came to India. They claimed themselves as a group coming from the reputed group and settled down over here, and they found and developed also their political importance in the India. Changes in habitat also forced the people to migrate and become a part of complex society. Mainly here we are talking about the forest people who were forced to leave their homes, that is mainly they were living in the forest regions, and to become a part of complex society. New occupations like farming, trading, artisanal work, rearing animals, etc. came into being. It led to economic differences among the people. So with the occupation, with different occupation, the differences also emerged in between the people of different group. Now social differences emerged on the basis of caste. Jati emerged and subcastes, backgrounds and as well as occupations. So they were being discriminated, or the behavior also changed in on the basis of the caste they belong to, or the backgrounds from where they were coming, or the occupations what they are engaged in. Now each subcaste or jati framed their own set of rules and regulations for their people meant to be followed. So each and every group or jati group were framing their own rules and regulations, what they have to follow, how they have to behave. So there are a code and conduct which has to be followed in one particular group of jati. Assemblies of elders called Jati Panchayat looked into enforcement of these rules. So this was being implemented. So there should be a department who could implement these rules and regulations. So this Jati Panchayat was called as the implementation department who enforced these rules. Now several villages were governed by chieftain, which later formed a unit of state. So these villages were looked after by the chieftain. It means the head of the village. Next, the changes seen over here is the region and the empire. As the power increased, what happened? They started increasing the empire also. Some groups like the Cholas, Tughlaqs, Delhi Sultans emerged powerful and acquired many regions and established their empires. So if they are establishing their empire, acquiring more and more regions, then what will happen? Conflicts. So there were conflicts over acquisition of the areas were common. Not all rulers were successful in maintaining stability in their areas. So the powerful rulers started establishing and conquering more and more regions, and few were unsuccessful. Regional states re-emerged with the decline of large empire. So small regional states were re-emerged. So it became a part of large empire with a powerful ruler. Regions continued to feel the impact of large empires, keeping their distinctness. Old and new religions. Religious development too found their way during this period. So there are this period as we considered as the time period of great changes. So religion also changed during this time. Religion was a supernatural agency which connected with the social economic organization of the community. So it is connecting the society also, and as well as economic organization also as per the society. So carpenters group or Brahmins group, there were number of occupation also, to which they were being divided into number of society. So that were their occupations, and as per the occupation the society were also divided. And as I mentioned about that, the different jati also make their rules and regulations. Even they were having their own personal gods that has to be worshipped. Hinduism saw important changes like emergence of new deities, construction of temples, and growing importance of Brahmins who had knowledge of Sanskrit texts. So they saw the changes of like new deities, new god and goddesses were emerged during this time. Construction of temple was also a part of new religions, and the growing importance of the Brahman, because they were the only persons who were having the knowledge of Sanskrit text. Idea of bhakti also emerged over here, as they were fed up of the rules and regulations and rituals which were made by the Brahmins. So the people seek the idea of bhakti. So what does the bhakti means? It professes reaching the deity without the aid of priest or rituals. So they don't need any kind of ritual or don't need any kind of priest to reach up to the god. They can themselves just worship the god in their own way. There are no rituals and priests. New religions like Islam also emerged in the subcontinent through merchants and migrants, because number of people, as I said, they came in India and started settling down over here. So they brought the new religions also. Islam began to be interpreted differently by its followers. So there were number of different group in Islam also. Here are one such group. Shias had faith in Muhammad's son-in-law. His name was Ali. So the Shias used to believe in Ali as their leader. And the Sunni, the next group in Muslim, that were called as Sunni, and they accepted the authority of the Khalifa. So they used to believe in the Khalifas. So they were called as Sunni. So there were two groups divided in Muslim community. Now thinking about the time and historical period, the last topic, changes took place in the social and economic organization with the passage of time, that we have learned. British historian has divided the history of India into three periods as Hindu, Muslim and British period, as religion of the ruler was the only important change. So according to the British, so the only change happened in India was that was the religion of the rulers. That is the only important changes what the Britishers felt changed in India. So the British historians divided the Indian history into three periods, that is Hindu, when the Hindu were living, then came the Muslim rulers, so it was being called as Muslim period, and the third one is British, as the British were the next rulers. Early societies included hunter-gatherers, farmers, empires and the kingdoms. Medieval period saw the rise of regional and imperial states, development of Hinduism and Islam, and arrival of European trading companies. So this all we can see in the medieval period. Now modern period is sensed as a period of material growth and intellectual advancement, unlike the early period. So this was the period, modern period. It is engaged with the British time.